I'm done. Look at that. As of today, it is the 29th of December. But I have been bursting at the seams to get out. And it is great to get out. Myself and a friend of mine are gonna cycle the length of the Wicklow Way. So that is ancient Irish mountain range essentially that goes from the Carlow-Wicklow border right up to Marley Park, which is in South Dublin, quite near my house, and it brings us all throughout the Wicklow Mountains, which is a national park, through Glenmalure, Glendalough, Roundwood, Cronewoods, Knockery. It's 130 kilometers in total. I think it's 3,500 meters of elevation. So for the most part, it's been kind of track and it's been cyclable. I'm hoping this bike's gonna carry us rather than us carry the bike a lot of the way. I really haven't a clue. We're gonna find out. We're giving ourselves 3 days to do this, 2 nights, 3 days, and we want to be back for the 31st of December. Today the weather's meant to be nice, like it's the 29th of December in the mountains in Ireland, so like it's cold, it's already rained. Once the sun's come out, trickies keep moving. Even standing here now, I just feel myself getting cold very quickly. So tomorrow is meant to be heavy rain though. There's no hiding that. But listen, we'll do what we can today, see where we are at the end of the day. It's gonna be dark at 4 p.m. Like that's as high as the sun's gonna get. What time is it now? 11:34. All right, enough messing.
The autumn evenings filled with copper shades. I see the birds neck in the frame.
Hello.
A figure walks into the sunset. Someone goes past suspended from the sky. Takes more imagination when everything's remote control. For me it's just a case of what's on the far side of the road. Tell everybody, I'm going away for 10 years. I'm going to wander among the Wicklow hills. The traveling children in their summer clothes, lost on the corner of the street. Fat gypsy lady smacks the window pane. A farm dog gets out on the motorway. Takes more imagination when everything's remote control.
Let's go. Wicklow, with its proximity to Dublin and also with just being so wild and these very steep ravines linking up small communities, it was quite a hotbed for rebel activity when Ireland was occupied. and you can see why, because like how on earth can you invade a place like this? It's just so defensible from all around you. If you were like a British artillery truck driving up that little road down there, you wouldn't fancy your chances, bound to be ambushed all around you. So that's exactly what happened constantly. So Wicklow was a well defended area during those times. This huge wall of cloud coming through, which is a change in pressure, which is the incoming storm. I think it's hitting tonight and in the morning. So let's hopefully set up camp before it becomes a factor.
Well, I've never pushed a cow over, but I've seen someone do it.
It happens.
It happens. There's not much to do in the country. So you push cows.
Good morning. Welcome to a blustery and gaily second day. Last night it got dark so quick, it really surprised us, and the place we thought we could camp we actually couldn't get into, so we ended up having to cycle for another 20 minutes or so in the dark, and thankfully we found a patch of trees, some flat ground away from it all, where we could camp for the night. We got a small fire going just to get some warmth into us, and a lovely chilli meal. Chilli meal as in there was kidney beans in it and lentils and rice and things like that. Not that it was chilly, it was nice and warm. And I went to bed, big warm tummy, very, very cozy. And I woke up to this weather, which is actually pretty navigable. It's not too bad when you're out in it and you're wrapped up. Can't even keep the camera dry by the looks of things. Anyway, let's get on it. The water has been refilled by a really lovely lady who also gave us this. If that isn't a feast fit for a king, I don't know what is. Incredible. Thank you so much. So I got us lost for like the last hour there, just dragging our bikes up the worst conditions imaginable. And we thought the route was right, but it obviously wasn't. But it's amazing what loser's fallacy will do. Like, you've just dug in so much and you're like, no, it's taking me an hour to get here. I can't give up on this now. And then you turn around, I'd say we were 15 minutes going back around and we're back on track again. It's a shame because that's like a valuable hour of daylight, which we don't really have. But look, keep pushing on. Lessons learned. Read the fucking map. This is torture. Just pushing her bike up this huge trail. I haven't said it out loud, but I think I'm done. Got an hour and a half of daylight left. We've got 13 kilometers go to a hut, like, which is a target. But if we get there the next day, it'll be 63 kilometers to get to Marley Park, and we're on a tight deadline. Fuck. Real shame. Today we've covered fucking next to nothing. Firstly, we left camp at like 9:45 this morning. That's like an hour and 45 minutes of daylight just gone. And secondly, getting lost for at least an hour and a half is just fucking torture. Oh man, that's really disappointing. Yeah. So it's official, we've called it. We've finished up our cycle in the incredible Glenmalure Valley. But yeah, we've called the trip. We're just absolutely broken. I mean, we of course could have kept pushing on, and I would have had to get up at like 7 in the morning and started doing the trip in the dark. And the first requirement of these trips is to be safe. Second requirement is to have fun. And I don't think that decision making constitutes either of those requirements. So yeah, obviously disappointed. But I knew when starting this out that this was easily our most ambitious adventure. So disappointed of course, but very proud of the effort done. We tried our best, and what more can you ask for? Things are always going to go wrong. You've got to factor in for that, and probably didn't factor in for that. I'll be back though. I'm gonna finish this maybe in a couple of weeks, maybe in a month or two, maybe when there's a bit more daylight. Doing it 1 week after the shortest day of the year probably isn't ideal, but fuck it, you have to go for these things. I'm back. It has been 2.5 months since I stood here on New Year's Eve and declared our mission bust. But I promised it wouldn't be over, and it's not. We're back. It's the 16th of March and we are standing in Glenmalure Valley right now, which is a halfway point in the Wicklow way. So we've already covered from Carlow up to here. That was 2 days before New Year's Eve with sunset at 4 p.m. The odds were against us. We were unable to complete it. But we're back. We're a couple of days away from the spring equinox, which is the point of the year where the day and night time are equal. So sunset's now kind of around 6:30, 7 p.m. and sunrise is kind of, as you'd expect, 6:30. So yeah, we've got a lot of daylight to play with. We've got like pretty eventful 2 days ahead of us. We're coming up into the most mountainous part of the Wicklow Way. So, I mean, even straight out of this valley, this is a really low point in the valley. I think we're at about maybe 100 to 200 meters in elevation. We've climbed up to 600 meters within the space of like 5 kilometers as well. So it's going to be steep, it's going to be hard starting straight away. We've got about 6 mountains to cover. First one being Mullaghcore, shrouded in mist. So today we're going to climb out of Glenmalure Valley, go up Mullaghcore and then come down the other side into Glendalough, a very ancient and important place, spiritually speaking, for Ireland. It's St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. What better way to celebrate Ireland than to be battered by it? And I got a microphone, so hopefully this sounds great. No. Yeah, 100%. Thank fucking God. Oh man, we have climbed to the top of Mullaghcore, which is the mountain pass separating Glenmalure Valley and Glendalough. So now it's downhill all the way, baby, but not without some collateral damage. My brakes kind of had a number done on it. Still working, just about. Such is life.
In the land of Loch lived an old saint, renowned for his learning and piety. His manners was curious and quaint, until looked upon guided with disparity. He was fond of reading a book when he could get one to his wishes. He was fond of casting his hook in among the young fishes. Well, one evening he landed a trout. He landed a fine big trout, sir. When Kathleen from over the way came to see what the old monk was about, sir. Well, get out of me way, said the saint, for I am a man of great piety, and me good manners I wouldn't taint, not be mixing with female society. But Kitty, she wouldn't give in, and when he got home to his rockery, he found she was seated therein, a polishing up his old crockery. Well, he gave the poor crater a shake, and I wish that a garter had caught him, but he threw her right into the lake. I mean, he started to put
So we've just climbed out, or we're climbing out of Glendalough Valley. Have to admit, spirits were pretty low when I was down there. I was cold, I was shivering, I was shaking, and I was well aware that was only the first crossing of the day. So we've got 2 hills to do now, and then 1 bigger mountain. But I'm feeling better now. I've got some food in me, and I'm back pushing uphill, so I'm nice and warm. But yeah, very cool to see Glendalough. This whole Wicklow Way is kind of somewhat based on an ancient road in Ireland. One of the 5 ancient roads that all lead to the Hill of Tara, and there's obviously quite a lot of history on it. So Glendalough, founded in like the 500s, yeah, renowned for its religious contributions, I suppose. And yeah, St. Kevin himself, who back then, before religious people had to be celibate, he was highly sought after man, but he didn't actually want anybody's company at all. Although there was one woman called Kathleen who was particularly persistent with him, and he ended up stripping off naked, jumping into a pile of nettles to try to cure himself of the sins of the flesh. When that didn't work, he pushed her off a cliff. Let's keep going. This is the Avonmore River. It's kind of an anglicised word for Avon Moor, meaning big river, but the actual Gaelic name of this is Avon Day, which means God's river or godly river. This is the last valley that we're coming into today. We've got one more climb left. It's probably about 4:30 now, so we've got a nice bit of time to kind of get up and out.
Good morning. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It is day 4 of this expedition in total, day 2 of this leg of it, and the last day. This trip started on the 30th of December 2023, and it's gonna finish today on St. Patrick's Day, the 17th of March 2024. Last night, we just set up the tents in the rain, got in, tried to stay warm. Wasn't the warmest night's sleep I've ever had in my life. It's like 6:30 in the morning now. The sun is rising. There's blue sky above me and it is not raining, which is surreal at this point. Let's fucking go.
There's some blue skies up there, man. Ahead of you. Kinda.
Greyish blue.
We have crossed Whitehill, circumvented Jouse, and we are now coming down into the Dargle Valley. As the name suggests, is home to the Dargle River, and just a couple of 100 metres upstream is the source of the Dargle River, and this flows Powerscourt waterfall. We'll actually get a decent view of it now once we kind of keep pushing on a bit. And the Dargle, it is the subject of a song called the Waxies Dargle. The Dargle goes all the way out to Bray, and back in the day, going to Bray would have been considered a very posh holiday. There was people who couldn't afford that. Shoemakers and cobblers and such, colloquially known as waxies. So to go on the Dargle would be Dublin slang for going on your holiday. The Waxies Dargle was there for the more working class holiday, and they weren't going all the way to Bray to enjoy the lovely Dargle meeting the sea. They were going to the Dodder, and the Dodder River goes right past my house. Dargle, the Irish for it, is on jeering gall, which means the red spot, due to the red colour of its water up near its source, where we are now. Says my L1 to your L1, will you come to the Waxies Dargle? Says your L1 to my L1, sure I haven't got a farthing. I went down to Monto town and I asked young Kilmacardle, but he wouldn't lend me the half a crown to go to the Waxies Dargle. What'll you have? I'll have a pint. I'll have a pint with you, sir. And if one of you doesn't order soon, we'll be thrown out of the boozer. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the stove going, so it's cold soak oats without the soak. On here, right there. Thank you. We're coming down through the Crown Roads into the Glencree Valley and enjoying that downhill. We've got a big climb to get out of that Glencree Valley up Glencullen, and that's our last really big climb of the day, but it's as big as a climb as we've done on this trip so far.
Saun ivren jo lach bailin is geske del urgenini oro aun ivren jo lach is doji nelak zmelam Masir baj var me gai rod me gai liv glakut ni odes ni oknen arigit oro aun ivren jo lach turtum no lovi nelak zmelam Masir baj var gai joni glakut no rashi do khosh me goy no fanden shi do oro aun ivren jo lach turtum no lovi nelak zmelam Ni fala kho khawele ro ni ivren jo lach Ach shel khotin don go khol go widle oro ni venela no lovi ne logo semolab Farma meta vayre bre varslos jes loyer go yo no oro ni venela no lovi ne logo semolab Farma meta vayre bre varslos jes loyer go yo no oro ni venela Dine logo semolab Farma meta vayre bre varslos jes loyer go yo no oro ni venela Fishes dine logo semolab
We have just climbed to the top of Glencullen Mountain, which is like 550 meters or something like that, and We are going downhill now into Glencullen Valley. We're going down about 200 metres and climbing up again another 200 metres to Ferry Castle.
Yes, Shizzo. Jesus, this is fucking beautiful. Holy shit. I don't know what day it is. So I am meters away from the peak of Ferry Castle. It's downhill all the way to Marley Park and I'm so happy, so happy. Today's actually been so much easier than yesterday. Yesterday was all work, no reward, because I just couldn't see views like this. Whereas today you can struggle up that hill as much as you want, but you look out over that and you think, hey, beautiful. Nice. No bikes. He's marking you there.
Darby's coming in. You gotta muscle through it now.
Need more dome strength.
Yeah!
Oh,
It says Wicklow Way. We've done it.
we fucking done it.
Thoughts and opinions.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's my thoughts.
Oh, I can't tell you how happy I am to have finished that.
Like the Wicklow Way has been such a big part of my childhood. The amount of hikes I've been dragged on as a child, but now I'm doing it willingly and I love it. So thanks for that, Mum. Yeah, it was a great just to be able to share it with such a phenomenal friend as well. He's a guy who I've been camping with so many times over the last couple of years, and if it wasn't for him, I don't know if I'd be as into camping as I am and as into the outdoors, and maybe I wouldn't have been able to go on any of these trips. Very special to share that with him. This is actually the last trip that I'll be able to post for quite some time. I have quit my job and I'm gonna bring the beautiful Jenny here on a trip around Europe. So in like 2 weeks' time, I'm getting the boat to France, to Roscoff, and just starting cycling. But yeah, that's that. Thanks so much for watching along. They're happy anyway. I'll see you next time.
Said my old one, your old one, will you come to the Waxy's Doggle? To the your old one, to my old one, sure I haven't got a farthing. I went down to Monto Town and I asked young Kilmacarroll, but he wouldn't lend me the half a crown to go to the Waxy's Doggle.
What do you have?
Will you have a pint? Yes, I'll have a pint with you, sir. And if one of you doesn't order soon, we'll be thrown out on the boozer. So then my old one to your old one, will you come to the Galway races? To your old one to my old one, with the price of me old lad's braces. I went down to Capel Street to the Jew-man money lender, but they wouldn't give me a couple of bob on me old lad's red suspenders.
What do you have?
Will you have a pint? I'll have a pint with you, sir. And if one of you doesn't order soon, we'll be thrown out of the boozer.
Getting cold.